Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're working on my daughter's 2012 Chrysler 200 with a V6. I'll flip you around here. We're just working outside. Only have the tarp garage right now, so she's got no heat and it drives quite a ways before it starts to warm up. With the V6, the nice thing is your thermostat housing's right here. It's fairly easy to get to. With the 4-cylinder, it's on this side of the engine, and there's a whole plenum and a bunch of stuff you got to take off, which luckily I don't have to deal with. This is the new part with the housing. It comes as a one piece, not just the thermostat. You can see it's all kind of molded into one piece. I did pick this up from Canadian Tire. I believe it was $29.99 for the whole piece, which is awesome. I was expecting a little more, so that's kind of a bonus. Picked up a jug of coolant. We'll try and get this apart, and we'll continue from there. But basically, she's got no heat. She can drive for like 20 minutes or so before it starts to even feel a little bit warm. And with winter here in Canada, ice on the windshield is an issue lately. So we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll make it warmer for her. All right, I got the hose off. Basically, you've got this spring clip here. You got to pinch off, move down. Those are a pain in the ass, by the way. Gear clamps are a lot nicer, and I've had these fail on GMCs and Chevys. They just let go, break. But I had to separate it from the housing. Sometimes it's pretty dry and it's hard to get them off. So you got to take a screwdriver and kind of just go between the hose. Give her a little wiggle. Squeeze the hose at the same time and wiggle it. Just be careful you don't push too hard and poke the screwdriver into the hose. Otherwise, you're into a new hose and trying to do this on the cheap. So anyway, next, I've got to try and get that housing off. And my little 1/4 inch set here, a 10 mil. As you can see, if I put the ratchet on, the one below, I'm going to be into the side of the strut tower here. So I'm going to have to use a wrench probably and get underneath. I used to have a set of like 3/4 inch length sockets, but we'll get a little bit farther and we'll see where we're at from there. I have a pan down there, so anyone that's worried about coolant, there's a catch basin underneath. Okay, now that we've got it off, we're going to verify that these are exactly the same. The holes all line up, same housing. It's got a bleeder screw on it. The one thing that did happen, you have to watch, same with oil filters. I took that off, the housing off, and the rubber was still stuck to the side of the head. So you want to make sure you get that off. I'll slide you down in there. There's the hole. Surface is nice and clean. I'm going to give it another wipe here, and then install the new part, get it tightened down. It was a bit of a bear to get the lower one just because there's not a lot of room, so I did have to use a wrench on the bottom one. I ended up using it on the top as well, but I could have got a socket on the top. That's about it. We'll put this back together, see, hopefully it goes together just as good. The one thing I did notice is the springs are a little different size. It could be a manufacturer thing. Also, the temperature could be different between the two. This is the one they pulled up. I can't really see the numbers on these. But anyway, we'll put her back together and we'll see what happens. All right. So we snugged it all back up. There's the new part. You can see it's nice and tight. These stupid spring clips. It's back on. There's a little notch right there. That's part of this housing you butt your hose up to, and it went on fairly good. As you can see, I got coolant overspill on the belt and the pulleys, so I'm going to go in, get a jug of water, rinse all this down before I fire it up so it doesn't spray everywhere. And then we're going to top up the coolant. We'll get it running. Bit of ice in there. It's definitely not warm. We'll heat it up. We may have to crack this bleeder screw and get all the air out of the system, get it running nice and hot. And she's off to school, so I'm gonna let her go. I'd like to do plugs in this. The thing with the plugs is the head's right here, so I don't know if you can see the coil. there's a coil right there, and underneath that's the plug. So this whole plenum's got to come off, the back side's got to come off, and we're doing plugs. But she needs her car, and this weather sucks. So you got to get her going so she can go back to school. Next time she's back, we'll try and do that. So stay tuned, check that out. Maybe that'll be interesting. Hopefully it comes apart. But in the meantime, I'm going to get some water. We'll get this fired up, and we'll try and see if we can get some heat. Okay, for fluid level right now, I didn't add anything yet. It's sitting at the low mark. We got to let this get hot so that it'll suck it in. Right now, this hose is ice cold, and I can feel that it's full of air. So we're definitely going to have to bleed it out. And we just got to wait for it to get a little warmer. Hopefully that thermostat opens up and it'll suck the rest of this down. We'll top it up and keep an eye on it. Make sure crack the bleeder. If we don't get any air coming out of it and it's just straight fluid, then we know we got all the air out of the system. It's kind of a goofy level, so it'll be interesting to see how much air we can get out of this. And yeah, wait till it warms up and we'll see what we can do. Okay, we double check for leaks. No leaks. Coolant, we topped it up a little bit after it sat and I shut it off. It came up as well. Everything looks pretty good, and we got lots of heat coming out of there now, so should be nice and warm for a drive to school. And yeah, so far so good. Not a bad fix. Easy to do, just a little time. Again, we'll try and tackle the spark plugs maybe when she's back for some more time. Anyway, thanks for checking out the channel, and if you like this kind of thing, then we got a bunch more projects to do. So got picked up an old four-wheeler, got to rebuild an engine on that. That's no good. Plus I got a 95 Honda Shadow motorbike that we're going to do some work to, change some bars, and some other cool stuff. So thanks for stopping by.